Hi, all my magical friends. How are you? Welcome to Meryl's Mystic. I am Meryl. Thank you so much for tuning in to the messages of this full moon in Scorpio in order to tune in to yourself. It is a beautiful day here in Thornton, Colorado. I know the lighting's a little not as good, but it's hot in the sun, so I decided to sit in the shade. And I also didn't want to spare you guys this beautiful day. Look how gorgeous the sky is and everything's green because we got a bunch of rain. So we're here for our full moon in Scorpio. Hold on to your butts, everybody. It's probably going to be another wild ride. I know every now and then we get a little dip, but lately the energy is ramping up. And Scorpio, if you have a Scorpio in your life, you know that they're usually pretty good at either ramping up the energy or riding that wave, or they're freaking out and losing their mind. We're very dynamic people. So let's start. I wanted to read what our Moonology says about how we attune to our Scorpio full moon, and it is a moat. It's all better out than in. So Scorpio is a very emotional sign. It's the second water sign. It's also a fixed water sign, which makes us very stubborn in our emotions. What we feel is our reality. So if you've been holding back lately, if you've been holding back your emotion, let me look at you. If you've been holding back any emotions that you've been wanting to express, it is going to be a great time to start to let those out. The important thing to remember is delivery is everything. It's not always what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. But you have every right to have your emotions be heard and be validated. So let's see what kind of comes up for some tarot cards for our full moon. I hope it's not too loud out here. We have all kinds of stuff in the suburbs, birds and dogs and motorcycles. Luckily, I'm in my boyfriend's parents' backyard, and his mom has a lovely fountain back here so we have a water feature. So I hope if it's gorgeous where you are that you're getting out and getting some nature therapy wherever you are. Get some of that vitamin D. Okay. So let's see what the energy of this Scorpio full moon is. Ooh, I almost forgot. Before we do that, let's all take a deep breath together. So take a deep breath in your nose, all the way down into your belly, into your diaphragm. Hold it for a second at the top, and then blow it all out. Do that one more time. Let's do one more. That felt so good. Okay. Let's see what's coming up. Oh. Okay, so the energy of this full moon in Scorpio, and that our moon is taking place Saturday, May 18th. And we have the Nine of Wands. Can you see our little Nine of Wands guy? The Nine of Wands, you know, he's been through a lot. He's been through the ringer, but look, he's still standing, and he is still proud of what he built. It may have been more challenging than he expected it to be, but he's still going to show up because he knows that all the work that he just did is worth it. Sometimes those things that are really worth it don't always come easy. And this is something that keeps coming up for me because I feel like we're in this paradox of making sure that your mindset is aligned with what you want your life to look like. We talk about that a lot. I truly believe that. But I also believe that, you know, you have to recognize the shit. You have to recognize the shit to turn it into manure to help your seeds grow. So, and I think if we expect too much ease, I mean, we definitely need to prepare ourselves for more ease and ask for more ease in our lives and breathe more and create more space so that we can have more ease and things need to slow down. But we also can't get our expectations up too much for everything to just be easy, because the minute we hit a roadblock, the minute we hit a speed bump or a dip in life, the minute we are on that roller coaster, we will too easily be defeated and give up. And this is all about really recognizing that you might have a little bit more fight in you, and recognizing how far you've come and really discerning those times where it's time to walk away, or is it just time to kind of reevaluate or just keep showing up and getting through a little rough patch. Because like our friend Bob Ross says, you can't have the light without the dark. And he was always waiting on those happy times. I think a lot of us are waiting on those happy times. So it's interesting because also I've noticed, this is a Scorpio full moon during Taurus season, and these are two signs that are fiercely independent, fiercely loyal, and also in such need of the loved ones around them. And we don't want to admit that we're in need of the loved ones around them, that we need around us, because we want to be independent. We want to do it on our own. And it seems like collectively lately, we're all having to really learn how to remind each other that we're still there for each other, but finding that boundary of, okay, you got your own shit you got to deal with too, and I got my own shit I got to deal with. And sometimes just letting you know that I'm here, that's all you have to do. The dog is barking to come outside. Sorry, he distracted me. We're really having to learn how to pull it in for ourselves, and what that means to take care of ourselves so that, when our friends do need to lean on us, we feel a little more grounded. And so that when we are leaning on somebody else, it's with purpose, and it's going to be constructive. So make sure that you're really centering. There's a lot of centering, grounded lessons going on right now. And these can be, and there's simple things you can do to strengthen that for yourself. Things I do, I have like my own mood playlists on Spotify. So I know they have pre-moods on there, but I have mood playlists. And I just looked at the next card, and I love what it is. So I have mood playlists that are specific for me, for when I'm feeling certain ways. I have a whole like making magic playlist. I have a making money playlist. I have slam dance jams for when I really need to just like, when I'm angry and I just need to dance out my feelings. I have singing playlists, those songs that I just love to belt out in the car. That really raised my vibration. And the dancing raised my vibration. And the yoga is something else. Yoga is something else I do for myself. Just finding kind of little ways, and it only takes, these things really only take 5 to 20 minutes depending. 5 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of yoga, 10 minutes of singing in the car. Just I want you guys to really find these little things for yourself, so that we're not always like thinking that we need somebody else. We do. We need each other, but we don't want to be draining each other. We want real connection. And if we're so worried about draining each other or being drained by each other, we're not going to get to that real connection. Okay. So, I didn't really, I guess the next card is what's the lesson. First it was like, what's the energy? And we have the 9 of Wands, what's the lesson? And I love this because it's the Death card. The Death card. The Death card is the Scorpio card, which I love because I thought about talking about this, how The Scorpio is represented by the Death card. It's the number 13, the Major Arcana card, and it can be, of course, scary, but I've learned to really love and appreciate this Death card, not only because I'm a Scorpio, but because it is the card of great transformation, great endings. And, you know, they're actually looking to death to save them. There's death and destruction all around them. They want that, there's a word that is for that, like, they want to be almost, like, saved. Like, in a savior sort of, like, send me to heaven because I can't do this anymore. But if you look really close, I know the lighting's not the best today, the sun is rising in the background. There is a new day upon them. So death comes up when transformation is the lesson. And this is, I feel like we keep talking about the same things over and over again, but we're in such huge planetary, universal, vibrational transition right now. So we have to keep working at it and keep embracing the endings so that, if I hold it back here, can you see it better? So keep embracing the endings so that we can get the new beginnings. Keep embracing the things that are ending because it's all for a good reason. Most of these lessons that are happening right now, things that are leaving your life, things that are ending, I promise you are for your highest good. It may seem really hard at the time. It may seem not like the right thing. But if somebody, especially, like, there's a difference between us ending things by decision and things ending for us. When they are ending for you, say thank you. You didn't have to make that decision, and it is trying to tell you that there is something else for you. Mic drop. Okay. So then, what action can we take? Ooh, work. Work, work, work. Work, 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 work. 8 of Pentacles, work. Excuse me. And mastery of work. Continuing that self-mastery that came up a couple months ago. And that involves the lessons I'm seeing everybody else experience, that working on our physical, working on the things we can also master for ourselves in the physical to take care of ourselves. It's all about, it's mastery of self and mastery of work, mastery of what are you doing in the physical. I mean, he is literally like making money here. So, and it's nice too because the nine also, you know, we're near the end of it, and the ending is coming. And it's gonna make you lots of money, hopefully. Maybe a lot of people are going through job changes, career changes, or it will bring you just some sort of physical change. You're gonna see something about, you know. Ooh, excuse me, I'm drinking my sparkling water. Wands are our passion, major arcana transformation, and in our physical world, the mastery. And then at the bottom of our deck is the 6 of Wands. Celebrate holiday. So this is the celebration card. So make sure that when you should celebrate the endings, say thank you, and then celebrate the new beginnings. Celebrate the endings when you accomplish something. These little celebrations, really, you need to really honor what you've done. Even if it ended in a sad way, honor what you've learned. Honor what you took away. Honor the time you had. Celebrate it. Have a moment with it. So too often we are so quick to go on to the next thing without fully letting the previous thing end, because we don't want to think about it. And I kind of talked about, because that's also about grief, and grief comes with death. I did a live on Instagram like a week ago about a little bit about grief and some grief medicines and how there's different levels of grief. And I will reshare that on my Facebook page. So go and watch that. There's just, that's a roller coaster, man. And there's some sad stuff happened last week, so go check that out. So also celebrate. It's kind of, we have to do both. You have to grieve in the bad times and the sad times, and every now and then say this is shit, but we can grow from it. And then we got to make sure we're honoring those things and celebrating what they were to us in our lives. Coolio. Let's pull a mystical shaman oracle card, because I love these for our full moons, because they're oh so powerful and beautiful. And remember, if you need some help, I'm here for you. We can always do personal readings when we get specific about what you need to know. That's when the real magic happens. And then in a couple days, I'll have a video out for Gemini season. I'm trying to work on making more reading videos for the specific elements at least, because right now I can't do for every sign, but I can do for the elements, for the fire, earth, air, and water signs. I just have to figure out I have a memory issue right now with my devices, so I'm figuring that out. So more is coming, I promise. Okay, let's see. Ooh, the Witness. The Witness is in reverse today. I'll take a picture of her there. You can kind of see her there. That's cool. She's so cool. The Witness. And she's got the all-seeing eye and her crescent moon, and she's got little antlers. And she was in reverse today, so we will read about her and the medicine of the Witness. They've been coming up in reverse a lot lately. Everyone's been needing some medicine. Okay. The Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then through our presence, they receive their own answers. When you're there for yourself and you just tell somebody that you can be there for them, we're putting too much pressure on it. We need to show up for ourselves so we can show up for each other, and then help each other show up for ourselves. See how that works? The medicine. Acknowledge your preconceptions, ideas, and feelings about the situation you are in, but resist the urge to change any of it. Do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Instead, take a few breaths and connect with the joy of not having to perform. Hold space for the world to keep spinning on its own. Stop carrying that weight. Stop carrying it. And when you find yourself back in those situations, especially emotionally with the Scorpio full moon, whenever we find our ego trying to protect us, or we're repeating old patterns, when you recognize that, say thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for showing me that was a part of me, and I've actually overcome that. When your ego is trying to protect you, thank you. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I got this. And I learned that one from my good friend Kristen Caldwell, because she's awesome. And when you're mad about things, or you feel certain ways about things, don't guilt yourself. Say, and I love that. I have road rage. My name is Meryl, and I have road rage. And I love that. Not always. I'm trying not to. It was the first thing I thought of. So, just be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you next time. Love you all. Bye.